make us who we are. So I'll dream until I make it real, and all I see is stars.
Welcome, Sagittarius, to Channel Future Tarot. Today we're going to do your love reading. This is going to be from the 7th to the 13th. This will be for the Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs of Sagittarius. Please take the messages that resonate with you, claim them for yourself. Toss the universe what does not. It's not meant for you, and that's okay. Check out your other Moon, Rising, and Venus placements and the videos that correspond with that to get some more intuitive guidance if you can't find it here. Remember, time energy is fluid, so whenever you're directed to the reading is the right time for you. That being said, I am going to use the singing bowl here as I do so. I ask that you take that deep breath in, exhale whenever you feel so inclined to do so. It's going to help balance your energy, set your intentions, and prepare for the messages of the reading. If you are new or returning to the channel, welcome. I'm so happy to have all of you. Thank you so much for your likes, shares, and subscriptions. It truly means so much to me to see the channel growing, so thank you. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. Peace, love, health, and wealth. So we kind of got the pyramid going on here, Sag. Coming into the meditation of your reading, I felt like there was a very much, a point where this, in 2023, you are very determined to not let the past determine your future. And so there's a sense of you really saying, like, life is just too damn short. And I feel like you're really kind of embracing that energy. Let's see what comes out here. Sexuality, the first card out here, Sagittarius. I think, I'm going to say with that, as a sexual being, as a sexual person, I think the natural rhythms of sexuality are often very misunderstood in our modern culture, right? All too often we see, a person's natural sexuality is glamorized or exaggerated or in order to lure that attractive partner, right? As a result, I feel like people become entangled in that attraction and not so much what's underneath. There's little substance there other than that sexual attraction. So I feel like if there's no real connection between the two, there's a sense of obligation, a fear of losing what there is. That's what keeps you guys together in some way. You gotta let that energy go. And I feel like Sagittarius, this is something you understand. The situation is just simply not good enough anymore. Sexuality does have its own beautiful rhythm, absolutely, if you're prepared to listen to it. But I feel like there's a sexual union here that has got a lot of resentment, a lot of anger here inside of you. There's something, that in the past someone's not treated you quite that fairly. I feel like there's a strong relationship. I feel like you're trying to get to the depth of a person, and this person's just looking for that very superficial part of that sexual arrangement. I feel like sexuality doesn't have to fade over long-term periods either. It's about keeping things fresh. So that's another, kind of energy I wanted to share with you with that. Dating number 8, your Sagittarius. So, sexuality and dating, I feel like that's a sign that you're going to be truly moving on in 2023. But for you, I feel like that concept of courtship is going out the window. And that's got a lot to do with that sexuality card as well. Because some of us, we used to wait a tremendous amount of time before we, kind of let that person into our, self sexually, and now we often do it right. One night stand isn't a stranger word to anybody. So what I'm saying here is we've all done it, and no judgment here. But what I'm saying is that this is that energy where it applies to that as well. Society's made that courtship feeling go out the window. There's no real getting to know that person for who they really are, and that attraction basis is coming up in here. So this is an energy where, again, I feel like the energies of courtship are being totally overlooked in today, and I feel like dating allows more freedom, right? And that's where we come as culture. We kind of that's where we brought them to now. So I feel like there's a lack of support or guidance here coming in as well in terms of a situation, but I feel like consider, Sag, what you can learn from those experiences and what you can learn about yourself. It can make a big difference to know how to approach this, the soulmate you want to be with, and help, kind of communicate your feelings and expectations about the relationship much more clearly to that partner. So for some of you, if you do have teenage children, it could be useful to talk with them about the benefit of taking their time, considering matters of the heart thoroughly before getting involved. Just don't be all willy-nilly with it. And energy number 9, that distorted feminine coming out here. So whether you're masculine or feminine energy, We all have both inside. So, it's time to sort of recognize that there's an energy that needs to be released. Any negative patterns that could be holding you back in some ways. Live fully in the present. This is, I feel like, this is, in this moment, the feminine can even be a little bit dishonest. There's a neediness here, characterized by negative emotions. Someone see the circles of drama, pointless energies, but I feel like this is you kind of being dishonest by the manipulation, not saying what you really mean or being unclear about what you need at this point, Sag. This gives rise to those unspoken and unfair expectations, right? I feel like the need for attention, whatever the cost and expression, this could be you or someone else. Insecurity is damaging here. I feel like you're sort of allowing your shadow energy to transmute here. You're shouldering that guilt and the blame on the hands of yourself, but I feel like this is where you're gonna looking between somewhere in your life and is that energy where you're asking to be acknowledged and healed. I feel like for some of you, you're being honest with yourself about what's really happening in that first step towards empowerment, and it's gonna be a doozy, I feel like, but maybe you're blaming your mate for the things that aren't working. They're second guessing themselves, or you're second guessing themselves. But there's an energy where you're afraid to ask for what you really need or want from this relationship. You're just hoping they're going to figure it out and give it to you, and that's not really fair to them either, because that's hoping that people read minds. That's not necessarily possible. But if you're dwelling on your old feelings or hurts or disappointments too long in that blame, shame, guilt routine, it's just going to recycle what you think about, you bring about. So try to release those thoughts. It's time to bring this energy to the surface. Bless it for what it has taught you. Then just totally let it go. It's time to live in and for the present moment, okay? Number 7, creativity here. Sag, you're a naturally creative sign. And I feel like over the last maybe 6 months to a year, you've kind of rediscovered this passion and this creativity, a side to you that you never thought you had. Being creative means that you can turn an ordinary day into a wonderful one by adding a dash of the unexpected. And Sag, you're very much an adventurer energy. You're very much you love positive energy, but just as quickly you can feed off that negative energy as well. There's never excuse to for excessive repetition or boredom in your life or in your relationships. Routine and habit have their place in your life up to a point, but they can quickly dull your sense of enthusiasm in relationships. So if you're currently seeking a partner, it can be beneficial to explore some different expectations or perceptions or ways of meeting that partner. And notice where attachment to routine, predictability could be, everybody needs to shake it up a little bit. We all get stuck in that routine of what we like and don't like. Think about how you can do things a little bit differently to spice up your life and change up your dynamic, right? In an existing relationship, it's often obvious where lots of rot of routine and fixed expectations have set in. This is your opportunity to change that, switch that up. A certain amount of money is maybe needed. I feel like a lot of people imagine that a certain amount of money is needed before you can actually have that meaningful creativity moment to occur. If you've fallen into that narrow mindset, it's time to think again, Sagittarius. Next time you go to the park, the beach, observe children just playing on the swings, collecting the shells. You don't have to be wealthy to enjoy. Just be fine. Go back to that innocence. Bring creativity as well into your relationship. It could be as simple as going to that new restaurant, seeing a movie that wouldn't normally be your style, eating a meal in the garden instead of from the television, or finally doing something special that you guys have been postponing together. And that could be really beneficial for you guys. Number 19, life purpose, Sagittarius. I feel like for some time, collectively, we've all been searching for that greater life purpose, wondering if our life is in sync with our, especially COVID came in and changed all our lives up and forced us to do different things for money and do and experience different things. I feel like at the deepest level of your own existence and loving, being loved is a major part of your life purpose, but we feel it within us at all the times. Our souls call for that deeper connection, that meaningful expression of the most powerful force, which is love. So during the times in your life when you're not in a relationship or you're expressing relationship problems, it can be empowering to remember that the greater life purpose, as being of love. Giving and receiving love is not an act of confined to intimate relationships or family. You can express that energy anywhere. So remember that you're a part of a huge family on earth, and it's important to realize that it's not about being perfectly perfect or saintly, right? I feel like being being loved actually comes from naturally when you take that step back in your routine and you start to just appreciate who someone really is. Allow your own natural intuition to be the genuine source of your wisdom, and your heart will guide you the rest of the way, Sag. So experience yourself, as love, so you can also experience it on a different and, get it firsthand as well. Trust that love is not an external thing that you must find and keep it, but it's always unlimited within you, Sagittarius. And when I looked at the clock, it was 10:10, so that could be a powerful angel number for you this week. Next up is 26, protection, setting those personal boundaries, Sagittarius. Yeah, boundaries. Yeah, it's time for you to be setting them in some ways. Small areas of ugliness or some binding, something that's coming in is opposing to the surface up this time. This is anchoring you kind of to the present moment, but I want to say here, you're not defined by, the things, the scars that make you truly, or the mistakes that you made. You know that, and I feel like allow people to be around you. Be a little bit social, but don't allow access to your private interest to your heart. I feel like you're a little bit closed off in that way. Protect yourself. Don't suffer at the hands of the fool energy, and do not be hardened by someone else's cruelty. Have compassion for their soul if you can. It's hard to do, yes, but set those firm boundaries. Just because they're hardened doesn't mean you have to be, be soft but strong, right? Phenomenon. So I feel like be still and listen to the spirit. So some spirit guides, angel guides, or ancestors are coming in with a powerful message for you this week, and I feel like this is something that, you could be ignored. Just life has kind of got you jaded, so you're missing this energy, but it's time to invite and commune with your ancestors and your spirit guides. I feel like, if you can see, she sacrificed one eye for sight, for inner sight, that she bridges the worlds of life and death. So I feel like she's surrounded by white lilies, which is the flower of death, but this indicates your willingness and ability, Sagittarius, to be still and re-listen and reveal the beauty of your own situation. This is, crown chakra, third eye are fused here with something that's going to be peaceful contemplation for you. But don't fear the underworld darkness, shadow energy that you're in. Descend into it, right? And see that, you've learned the lessons, right? And the answers you were seeking are within you, my dears. So, get to the bottom of that, I feel like. Now you have Epiphany coming in, number 6. Reveal your gifts. So, again, that has a lot to do with that life purpose card coming out as well for you, Sagittarius. So this is a lot to do with that energy. I feel like you're really seeking that life purpose. You're really seeking some sort of, looking for what is your gift here. And I feel like this is kind of enjoying some sort of sweet success in the near future. I feel like, awaken to your hidden talents. You are more than enough. You have to believe in that, have the confidence to achieve it. But you have to see that there are hidden gifts, maybe a new skill here, a new passion that's bubbling up and is ready coming out for you at this time. Definitely take action on it. What is a deep goal? Something that you may have considered, impossible. I feel like it's in your duty here to unveil that potential that's inside you. Time is that to act is now, and this is the universe will conspire in your favor to take action now. And it could be just all you need to pull your energies out of this, glum chum energy as well. Now we have Everessence 5, cultivate love, Sagittarius. So again, you are really experiencing, this moment where, love is starting to build for you and starting to see the energy of new loves and things that could be growing here, not just relationships, but there's all blocks and obstacles are starting to be lifting away. It's going to be clear with this energy, so I love it. Be confident, optimistic, and joyful. You're feeling, if you've been feeling a little bit lonely or disillusioned by love, look to infuse that energy, okay? The more love and joy you can feel in pursuits of everything, the more energy will flow back to you and help you where you're lacking. So I feel like this is sensing that sweet energy and optimism that is coming for you, and it is growing. And it's time to accept that, because you're ready to get out of this energy in 2023. I really feel like that. Observe. You got that hangman out here, so exactly what I'm saying, Sag. This is an energy where there's a new understanding coming in around matters of the heart, and something is waiting to be revealed to you. Be still and observe it. Now is the time for you to take action. Not time for you to take action. I mean, just take that step back and kind of, wait to reflect on this relationship or issue here, Sag. What is really happening? Release that need for whatever desire you may have to direct that relationship, and simply go with the course of events. Go with the flow, essentially. You know, when you surrender to the experience, as hard as it may be, you're going to learn a great deal and ultimately truly get what you need. Sometimes it's in releasing that we actually discover what we really need, and opposed to what we thought we need. So, you know, trust the universe, have faith in that journey, and let go of that outcome. During the process of simply observing, you can also gain that new perspective as well, Sagittarius, on your situation. How might you think differently about it? Look at your relationships through the eyes of some sort of impartial stranger, right? And that's when you're going to see, you know, what insights do you think that person would offer you at this time? That's something to consider as well. By taking a fresh look, you're going to see there's a new energies coming in for transformation for you, okay? Crown, the third eye chakra coming in here for you. So again, a very powerful energy. This is paying attention essentially to that, the things that you've been missing, and this is bringing attention to that energy. So this is all the most often talked about of all the chakras, that clairvoyance, that inner seeing. So intuition, higher levels of consciousness are all associated with this energy center. So it's found right between that, you know, your eyebrows and just above the bridge of your nose. Works with your all chakras, of course, but with the crown and throat chakras especially. This is going to help you in tune into your psychic and intuitive abilities, and I feel like that's part of your, you know, your gift that's being revealed to you at this time, Sagittarius. But I feel like energizing this chakra is going to help you intuitively know what others are thinking, feeling, saying. This insight goes a long way towards building healthier and stronger bonds, okay? Ooh, rebuild, Tower moment card coming out. So yeah, I felt like this energy, Sagittarius, whatever you've been holding on to, is start fresh, is coming in for you. You know, peel off the layers one by one of that pretense, see what's being revealed in this relationship. There's some opportunity here. See what, you know, find the core of this relationship and decide if it's even still what you want. And, you know, if so, then discard those layers and give that new commitment with this person based on truth, honesty, and love, right? The awareness that is gained, you know, is to steer the relationship on a clear, steady course, right? The same applies to rebuilding the relationship with yourself. Examine the many layers, joy, sorrow, success, failure, you know, all of it, and think about how they're affecting your ability to love yourself and therefore to find love. Expose the false voices you tell yourself that you're unworthy. Silence them, drown them if you have to. But when you do, the true value is revealed there, Sag. Rebuild your life around that unconditional love for yourself, and that's when your unconditional love for others is going to appear for you, okay? We have keep an open mind, Sagittarius. So it says your soulmate may differ from your usual type of expectations. So again, if you're usually attracted to one type of energy, switch it up a little bit, because okay, what you've been attracted to hasn't been working. So give it a shot. If you're single, just give it a shot to just looking and finding new love. And if you're in love, this is being open, keep an open mind, be willing to give and take in your relationship. That creates a healthy, diverse relationship. Let go of those control issues. Oh no, Sagittarius, we all have them. Don't be, you know, allow this situation to unfold naturally. You could be trying to, you know, coerce things into being. The universe has divine timing, and it's going to happen when and why it's supposed to, and with whom, and nothing otherwise is going to take place, okay? The golden mirror, self-absorbed narcissist, one-sided relationship, and love bombing. I feel like this is part of that energy. Again, that why is what's rebuilding here. There's an energy that's literally is a very toxic energy, a relationship that is wired one-sided here. And I feel like that's part of you that's ready to release that energy. You did get two guiding light cards out. Ooh, interesting. 67, heart and heart. Don't allow the situation to make you bitter, cold, and aloof. Yes, don't. We all get jaded and hurt in our life, and that's part of life, but we cannot allow it to, we mustn't allow it to try to jade us so bad that it kind of puts up those walls, the bulletproof fence around our hearts, and we don't allow that energy in, okay? So try as much as you can to not learn from the past and the mistakes, yes, but don't hold on to the energy and become bitter. Supernova, number 40, it says, an aspect of your personality, ego self, must die to make way for a new shiny star to be born. Supernova, that is you, Sagittarius, this week. You're truly your own supernova because you're letting this die so you can be reborn in a magical new way. Until next time, my friends, good luck and namaste.